Besides recording video loops, the teachers can also record instruction pointers. So they would do this by clicking here at record video, and then they would start by clicking, I always start over here, and I start talking something about my day or just saying hi. For example, I'll demonstrate here, right? I say, hello, how's it going? I hope your day was great. By the way, you can adjust the volume here again if it starts to clip, right? I hope you had a great week, and my day was like this, and today I did this, and tomorrow I'm gonna do that. How cool that you did this last week, when you told me blah blah, right? So it creates a connection with the students because they are your friends. They are there having you as a mentor to go together on their journey, which is very special, right? And so I like to make this as personable as I can, right? Uh, Sometimes more, sometimes less, some days more, some days less, but you have to have some degree of humanity in this technological world, right? So that's your opportunity with that first dot over there. This is what I do. If you press uploads, it's going to start uploading. And when it's uploading, you don't need to wait. You can record another video. You can say, for example, here. In this passage over here, I think it's best to use the wrist a little bit forward like this, right? So have the wrist forward so you can reach the higher portions of the guitar. When you go over here, the wrist goes in. The wrist is in all the way through after that. So it starts with the wrist high, go wrist in. Adds a vibrato on the last notes, which is also good. Uploads, right? It's gonna upload that video as well, right? While it's uploading, you can record another one. You can say, by the way, this dotted line is over here because I attempted to do a dot with my webcam on, and while recording this screen here for you as the tutorial, and it didn't, of course the camera can only be captured in one device at a time. So anyways, so but is not there, generally is not going to be there. For example, you can say, let me see here. This passage is an opportunity for us to be very lyrical, right? So you gotta follow the rhythm, but at the same time have some degree of flexibility, right? See, this is not exactly as it's written. It's more that makes it a better phrasing. Let's work on that. All right, uploads it over there. And if I'm not satisfied with that and I say, I think the student needs just a video loop for that, I can tell the student and say, create another dots here. I'm actually going to create for you a green dots loop just for the melody portion here, so you can get the phrasing the way that I want you to get, right? So it's important that you practice with that practice loop over there, and I would say spend 15% of your time just on that session, right? This way you have specific instruction pointers that the students have as a goal to achieve. The way I teach, I provide the feedback on what are the next steps for the next time we meet, which is the next week, right? So I, as the yellow dots, and expect the student to every day listen to the yellow dots, click on it,
In this passage over
and
here,
say, oh yes, this is what the instruction, and notice what the instruction wants them to see, right? To work on. And they practice that. So they can always review this. They can click at any time. By the way, look at this, how it gets selected. The dots that I click get selected. So the students always know exactly where the teacher is talking about.
in this
Right?
passage,